nice looking cat, Sarah. Surprised she made the trek. Glad she did, though.
Yeah, cats are hardy. They're hardy, just like us here in the upper Midwest.
Well, they were saying because obviously a cat needs water to survive, so the cat was probably just licking condensation.
I really
survived from that.
Maybe, that's fascinating, and I'm glad that she's okay, and she's eating, drinking, very healthy
And has
now.
a new foster family.
And has a new foster family. It's some good news all around. Now, maybe not quite as good is the fact that some of us remain under a threat for severe weather. But, yeah, there's a but there. We are starting to see a lot of our counties get excluded from this severe thunderstorm watch. So when we began the newscast, Worth and Winnebago counties were included in this watch. And then even prior to that, Freeborn, Mower, Fillmore, and Houston counties were also included. So we're starting to see that chance weaken as we've come into the evening. Moving over to Mason City, and we can see fresh, wet roadways, rooftops. And I've been trying to move the camera as best as I can to get a look at this severe thunderstorm as it continues to move across portions of North Iowa. Before I zoom into it, I do want to point out that it's not just North Iowa dealing with the rainfall. Along 35 and now moving further to the east, we see this line of more showers. We're talking light to moderate showers, even a little orange embedded in there, so some spots of more heavy rainfall. Very possible, but when it comes to the lightning, the activity, the threat for strong wind gusts, as well as large hail, that remains further to the south. Some new updates when it comes to the severe thunderstorm warning that has officially moved out of our immediate viewing area, but still many of us under this threat until 7:15 p.m., including Butler, Franklin, Grundy, and Hardin counties in Iowa. You can very clearly see which of these storms we're talking about. That being the case, we're also seeing some stronger storms move through places like Charles City, now heading into New Hampton. So just a little bit zooming out there just so we can see there's also some activity starting to flare up just south of 18. Activity that we will watch for the next hour and several more, basically until we lose that energy from the heat, the sun that we saw earlier today. Around 10 p.m. is when we're expecting this threat for severe weather to dwindle. And yes, it's generally following where we see this level 2 risk, so a little higher than the level 1 in the green. General threats, strong winds, large hail, isolated tornado possible, although that threat remains very low, just not quite zero. So now let's time things out. Future Track is going to show that cell that we are keeping an eye on, maybe merging a little bit with the stronger cell we saw ahead of it. I think that activity will move quickly, though, continue to weaken as it gets across the Mississippi. Then our attention starts to head towards the amount of rainfall that we could be seeing. Quite a bit of it as we officially kick off our Thursday. This is around midnight. You can see some reds, some deep reds embedded in here over the overnight hours. Rain chances, and yes, a few storms do linger into our Thursday morning, which is unfortunate because it's not just the morning hours, it's the afternoon, the early evening. Thursday's downtown happening tomorrow, kicking things off for the summer in Rochester. Bring the umbrella. Yes, we'll have to watch out for that as temperatures will also stay on the lower side because of that rain. And this is just part of a very active weather week that we're seeing this week as well as into the next work week. The 10-day forecast shows a very nice weekend, but that's going to be followed by a busy start to the work week. Monday and Tuesday looking like there is a chance for some storms. Cammie.